Hello, hello! I'm Mr. Monty, geometry teacher at Lewis and Clark High School. And this is Lesson 10 of our 2020 series in preparation for the Geometry EOC at the end of the month. In this lesson, we want to try to refresh our memory with a bunch of vocabulary from congruent triangles. Congruent triangles. Let's start out with the word congruent. Congruent. Equal in measure. Acute. Acute. Less than 90 degrees. Equiangular was a triangle 60, 60, 60 where all the angles were equal. Right triangle where one of the angles is actually 90 degrees. Obtuse, larger than 90 degrees. Equilateral, all three sides are equal. Isosceles, two sides are equal. And then scaling, where none of the sides are equal. So we'll go a little side, a little longer side, and a real long side. No two are equal. No two sides are equal. Talk about congruent triangles. We have these symbols. We can then use those symbols to help us solve for the different measurements, whether they're angles or sides. Let's say this is all you were given, and we want to solve for x. Remember your symbols. When you see the two hash marks like this, that means equal or congruent. Which one of these triangles is this triangle? Where two sides are equal. Two sides are equal. Isosceles. Two sides are equal. Well, if these two are equal, we can set those equal to each other, solve for x, then we can plug it back in and solve for all three of the sides. Let's do it. 4x minus 1.3 is equal to x plus 3.2. Remember our algebra, all the numbers to one side, all the letters to the other. So, I'm going to keep it balanced. Let's move this 1.3 over. If we add 1.3 to both sides, we'll have 4x equals 4.5. We still have the x, don't we? Good catch. Now let's move that variable to the other side, so we're going to subtract x from both sides. 3x equals 4.5. I have to isolate the x. We have to get it by itself. How do we undo a multiplication? Division. Divide both sides by 3. And x is 1.5. So, one of the most important things with this lesson as you do these problems is to refresh your memory on all the vocabulary. Lots of vocabulary in this particular unit. Acute triangle. Less than 90. Equiangular. All the angles are 60. A right triangle. One of the angles is 90 degrees. Obtuse. There's an angle larger than 90. Equilateral. All three sides are equal. Isosceles. Two sides are equal, which is the example we had here. That allowed us to put them equal to each other and solve for x. And a scalene triangle where no two sides are alike. Okay? That finishes lesson 10. Make sure you do those practice problems, and we'll see you here tomorrow for Lesson 11.